Hello, today your do now is identify a biotic and abiotic factor in the picture. Then describe how biodiversity in an ecosystem increases the chances of survival for that organism. As we move forward, I will demonstrate in my learning target today how competition for biotic and abiotic factors impact organisms by graphing and then analyzing the example. I can define examples of competition. I can give examples of competition. I can define consumer, producer, omnivore. I can graph and analyze the data. So here we did a Jamboard. We are going to categorize some competition. Remember, every living thing needs food, water, air, has the ability to reproduce, provide protection or space or shelter. When there's not enough, there's organisms compete. So a woodpecker and a squirrel compete for the same nesting spot. What are they competing for? The tree. It's because we want to build our house. So because we're looking to build for that spot, it is abiotic. Now a lion and cheetah both stalk the same herd of gazelles. What are they competing for? Food. What's that resource? It's biotic. So in class, we completed the Jamboard. Each table was assigned one slide, and they worked on that in class. You don't need to do that if you're at home. The next thing we're going to do is talk about barnacles. So the graphing competition talks about what's a barnacle, and it's this little tiny cellular organism that attaches itself to things, and these little white parts around it are the shell that it excretes out, and to protect itself. And as you notice here, it's building upon itself, and so it's very competitive. So here we have species A and species B. We're going to graph species A first. So we're going to go to the next slide where here we go. Look, it's already pre-labeled. Population side, you just need to determine what each marker means. Here's our origin, and here's our x-axis, the meters on the shoreline. You're going to graph that with a solid line. Connect the dots. Then you're going to go back and you're going to look at species B, and you're going to graph these on their corresponding points. Now the chart says to use a dotted line. So once you connect those two dots or things like that, you're going to have a really cool graph. And then the center part is one of the things we're looking at. Where the graphs overlap is, and this is some examples from the page, you're going to talk about how these barnacles compete for resources, and is the resource biotic or abiotic? And then you're going to talk about the range. So where that graph overlaps. Does it overlap between like 10 and 20 meters, or 15 and 25? But you're going to be specific and use the unit. We're going to finish the questions that are here on this slide and this slide. This sheet is available in Schoology for you. And then our exit ticket is about a wild hog. You can read through this. So the question really is, what type of native organisms do feral hogs most likely compete with? So as you look at this, so they dig soil, so you can answer this question as you leave today. And if you weren't here, don't worry about it, but kind of look at this and think about the answer. All right, coming up, we're going to start to talk some more about natural selection, some other critters. We'll see you next time.